how do you create something that is quick and to the point and people understand what it is? At least that's what I learned.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard because as the designer, for lack of a better word, you have to learn to step back and step out and look at it in the big picture and look at it from different points of view and how our audience is going to be seeing that. Will they see it the way we see it? Probably not. But you
Mhm.
can try to guide them along by using cues like in data visualization. You can use color to draw people's eye to a certain data point or a certain information. On a story map, people are scrolling, you can use headlines to grab attention or photographs and that sort of thing to get attention. Um, but you're right. We live in a world where these days it's bite-sized information, tweets, is that the size of that, it's limited for a good reason because our attention spans are not what they used to be. We want stuff quick and easy. And I know for one, I struggle with watching a video. If someone says, "Here, watch this video." I'm like, "Oh my gosh." I can't. I like to read something so I can scan to the part that's of interest to me. And
Mhm.
that's me. Maybe I have too all over the place, but a good video, I'll sit there and watch it and they can draw you in. That's the thing.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of aspects. That's a whole subject all in and of itself, huh?
Yeah, it definitely is. So Jamie, with all of your experience in the field so far, what are some steps someone can do to get into that kind of field?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't consider myself a very good artist, but I learn by getting inspired by others. So I can see how I've evolved over time by looking at some of my old stuff. So I think my advice would be get inspired, find something or someone that inspires you and see how they do it and see how it's done in a way that draws you. Specifically for data visualization, there's a lot out there and there's a lot of great resources. I think one of the things that actually I was into it for a while, but one of the things that really kind of shot me up was a couple books and one, but specifically by Cole Knaflic, Nussbaumer. Anyway, she has a name like that. Anyway, she does storytelling with data. And it's a great book. She also has a website and a great community that's free to join. And you can do little challenges and challenge yourself, which is great. Um, and so that book really pulled things together for me that I had kind of known, but this kind of solidified it and really put me on a great path for data visualization itself. So that was one key thing. Another one is Alberto Cairo. He's a professor in Florida. He's got several books. He has a great one, How Charts Lie. And that one's really good because it shows you how just making certain things in a data visualization, you can mislead people. You want to draw people to your point, but you don't want to mislead. You don't want to lie because then that's going to discredit you and your data and your information. And so his book is really good and insightful in that sort of way. So, I would say even if you're not, don't consider yourself an artist or graphic design, just start doing it. Start taking challenges. Start learning something. Pick up a copy of Inkscape, I think it's called. It's an open source type like Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, and learn some design stuff. Of course, that's getting into graphic design. That might be a little much for some people, but you can do a lot of stuff through just simple things like Canva. A lot of people use Canva these days and create stuff. Just start looking. I think that's the key is when you look at you're reading an article like in the Washington Post or the New York Times, they have amazing data visualizations. When you see those and you look at those and you see these types of things in an article and just think, wow, what is it about this that makes this so good? That draws me into the story, that draws me into this. So a good visualization will just be right there, part of the story. It won't just say, "Hey, look at me, I'm a data visualization." No, it's just like you're reading the story. There's a visual there. It just brings it all together. And so as you're reading things, in magazines, in newspapers, all that sort of thing, see these visualizations and what is it that makes them work? Why does it work? And likewise, Why doesn't it work? Some may not. And you're like, why would they put this in here? I don't understand what this means. How would you do it different? Things like that. That's kind of me. It's an ongoing learning experience for me. And I'm always looking for examples of good data visualization